Jody starts off this hour in Minnesota. Hi, Jody. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I am calling because my husband and I are working on baby step 2.
Great.
And we recently started fostering my niece and nephew. And we will be fostering them for an indefinite amount of time. So we will be receiving money from the county for fostering them.
Good.
And so what our original plan was to put that money into a separate account to use just for those 2 kids and just to meet their needs and anything that they need. And then anything beyond that, we were just going to kind of hold it into that account, and if they did end up going back to their mom, we were going to invest that money for them and give it to them like when they graduate high school, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then it occurred to us, should we actually be using that money to pay off our debt instead?
Yes.
I guess we're just not sure the right thing to be doing with that money.
Yeah. What you were attempting to do was noble. I mean, the whole thing you're doing is unbelievably noble. You're taking care of these kids. Thank you. But you were trying to do you're trying to do something that felt right with the money, because getting money to take care of family member kids feels a little icky to you. And you're trying to go, well, I want to push it over there towards them because I don't feel like I should be doing that. There's a little bit of that under the surface here, and that's kind of a normal, awkward feeling. But here's the thing. You are going to write whatever checks are necessary while those children are there to take care of them, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just coming out of one pocket or the other. It's, you can't set the money aside to take care of them. You're taking care of them. It's all in one pocket.
Right.
You're going to care for them. And so, and as far as their future goes, the other things, the best way for you to help them big time in their future, if you want to do that, if they go back to their parents or whatever, with the excess money you're talking about, is for you to get out of debt and you to have an emergency fund and you to build wealth. And then if you've got a pile of wealth over here and you look over and have a niece and nephew, you can just write a check.
Sure.
I talked to a guy the other day that's a friend of mine. He's a multimillionaire, and he was so excited. He had run a spreadsheet, and he said, "Did you know what $1 million will do?" And I went, "No, what will $1 million do?" And he said, "I can put $1 million in a mutual fund, and the income off of that mutual fund will pay for all of my nieces and nephews to go to college."
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And that's just $1 million,
Okay.
and so you're going to be millionaires. You're on your way. You're doing the stuff we're teaching. You're going to get out of debt. You're going to be millionaires. And by the time these kids are how old?
7 and 14.
Okay. And so, 10 years from now, well, not quite, 7 years from now, you're going to have one of them in school probably. But you're going to be in a much better position by the time they get to college than you are today to do something for them. And part of that is the result of just directing this money to cleaning up your mess, because that's the shortest path to you being wealthy, which is the shortest path to you helping them overall.
Right.
So what do you think the probability is? What do you think the probability is you end up adopting them?
I'm not sure at this point. Their mom's still going through treatment and things, and so I don't know. I really honestly don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like a 50-50 shot at this point.
What's she addicted to?
Meth.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably got these kids. I hope she makes it, but you probably got these kids.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you're there. I mean, what a great thing, and you can do it. You can do it. What's your household income?
We are right around 80,000 right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so we just moved, and my husband just graduated college and just started a full-time job all in the last couple weeks.
How
so we're going through a lot of changes.
I'm sure, a lot of stress. So, and this is his family?
Yeah. My family.
Your family, okay. Family. How old are you two?
38 and 39.
Okay, cool. And you have kids of your own?
Yes, we have a 1 and a 3-year-old.
Wow, what a house full. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the other good news. If that occurs, if you end up adopting them out of foster eventually, there's no cost for college. The state will pay for the college.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that adopting out of foster care is a not only an inexpensive thing to do if for people that want to do an adoption, $0 to $2,500 on average. Most of the time, zero cost to adopt. But also then the state jumps in and does all kinds of stuff, including paying for their college. So you can verify that in Minnesota, but in all the states that I'm aware of, they do it. So, and it's just it's a very, very cool thing that you've been able to do here. I hope for the sake of your family member, your sister, that she turns it around and it turns out okay. But meth is just tough. It's just tough.
Yeah.
That's heroin and meth are two of the toughest ones, recidivism rate wise, percentage wise. But I mean, God can do anything, and the human spirit's powerful, and I hope she turns it around. Right?
Yeah, me too. I actually do have one more question about it.
Okay.
Speaking of God, should we be tithing on this money?
It's up to you. I don't care.
Okay.
And by the way, God doesn't either. He's not sitting up there with a scorecard. He's not sitting up there with a little chicken scratch going 1, 2, 3, 4, cross 5, right? He's just not doing that. It's not like performance. You're taking care of orphans, which is a biblical mandate. And in effect, for at least temporarily, they're orphans, right?
Right.
And so the money you're receiving to take care of those kids is, you can't outgive God, so if you want to tithe on it, fine. But if you don't tithe on it, I could probably make you a real good Bible study on why you don't need to. But I don't worry about all that stuff. It's just I always have giving way at the top of my list, and it never disappoints me. Okay?
All right.
You're by the way, you're giving. Your whole freaking home is open to a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old. Whew. Yeah, that's giving right there. Hey, you're incredible. You're heroes. Way to go. Very well done.